Welcome to my video for NRL tips for round 24. Let's have a quick look at how last week went with round 23. We only had the one bet last week, which was on the Sharks. Odds there were $1.32 for a $1,000 bet. You would have made $320. So looking at that, it's now taken our results to 27 winners from 34 tips, and we have a profit there of just over $6,000. So looking pretty good based on that profit. Okay, so looking at how we went overall, if you were in a tipping comp and you were using these tips, it didn't go so well. Sometimes we have bad weeks, as we did here with tipping. The Storm ended up beating the Panthers. The Warriors ended up beating the Dragons at home. The Roosters ended up beating the Bulldogs. We did get the Sharks and the Broncos. Sharks beating the Titans, which was our bet, and we did have them by 12 points there. And the Broncos did beat the Dolphins quite easily. The Rabbits upset the Eels there, and the Tigers and Cowboys we both got. Now, looking at that, there were quite a few favourites there. Three of the favourites did lose that we had tipped. We did have one long shot win and one long shot lose. So overall, it is probably an average round. Not terrible, but getting 4 out of the 7 games there is pretty, or 8 games there, sorry, is just on 50%, and not great with 3 of the favourites at low odds there. So let's have a look at NRL Round 24. We've got some interesting games this week. The predicted winning margins this week are all fairly close. So we've got Rabbits vs Dragons. I've taken the Dragons here by 14 points. They are the favourites there at $1.79. The Panthers vs Raiders, which will be a great game. These are the top 2 teams I have currently based on the ratings. The Raiders are predicted to win this by 1 point. Should be a really interesting game. Both teams should be getting up. Both teams will be trying to avoid injury as well, just before the finals coming up. But they'll want to be putting in a good show and seeing where they actually rate against each other. I have gone the Raiders there in an upset at $2.40. Storm vs Bulldogs. I've gone the Bulldogs. Interestingly, the Storm has, while they have been winning, they haven't been doing it well. So I've got the Bulldogs there by 6 points. That is a big upset there at $2.86. So it's pretty rare that the Bulldogs will come out and win that game. The Sea Eagles versus Dolphins. I have the Dolphins by 1. They are not favourites there, even though they're $1.98. I believe Sea Eagles are $1.90. It's going to be a close one. Sea Eagles are not playing well. Dolphins have been pretty shocking all season. It's a bit of a toss-up on who turns up on that day. The Titans versus the Warriors. I have the Titans by 14 at home. This is another upset. The Warriors did put in a win last week, but they have had some fairly shocking games against, in the stats, against some poor teams. So we'll go the upset there, and that one will be a bet. Let's see if we can get the upsets there with the Titans at home. We got the Eels and Roosters. I've got the Roosters with a 12-point margin there. They are the favourites at $1.35. Knights versus Broncos. You'd expect Broncos here to be quite solid as well, and they are the favourites, but I've only got them by 12, again at $1.35. And the West Tigers versus the Cowboys. I have the Tigers there at 12 points again, so pretty interesting. I went 12 on those last 3 games, and $1.66. That's a favourite again. So look, we're on 3 upsets this week, that being the Raiders, the Bulldogs, and the Titans. The only one that we will be betting will be the Titans at $2.29. The Titans at home at that price look to be some value. If we do miss it, we're only going to drop our profit there by 1,000, so we'll still be up 5,000 for the season. But if we do hit it, it's pretty much a over $1,000 return. So looks pretty good. Given the price, it's close to that 50-50 game. I think we're getting a bit of value there, and the ratings are saying Titans should win by 14. I do find that teams that are tipped at home by at least 12 do win fairly often, and they might not win by the 12 and more, but they generally can pull out a win. So looking for that win here. Okay, if you are looking for other tips, I do have some cricket tips which I put out occasionally. There are no test match games on at the moment, so there hasn't been a video recently, but there will be some up probably about next month. I think the next test matches start. And I do put out the AFL videos, which are doing quite well as well. They will come out on a Wednesday morning. This is the final round for the AFL before we go into the finals. So should be interesting to see if we can get a bit of a profit in the final round and finish off the season looking fairly good. We're in a nice little profit there at the moment. Okay, gonna leave it there. Good luck if you're having a bet. Do remember this is an upset with the Titans. Hopefully we can get the win here. And yeah, good luck and thanks for watching.